Hello and welcome to my tutorial on installing Vesta control panel on your VPS or dedicated server. Today this tutorial is on behalf of Soulstice Technologies and myself, Dylan Hardy. So what I'll be going over today is just how to successfully install Vesta control panel on your server. I will be using Debian commands, which should work on Ubuntu as well. If you have a CentOS or Red Hat distro, just make sure to change the apt-get to yum commands and other commands where it needs to be changed. Alright, just to start here, what we will go over is this awesome zip that I created for you guys called Vesta Panel How To. If you open it, it will contain 3 files in it, and just extract those to your desktop or wherever is most convenient for yourself. Alright, these 2 files we will deal with later in the tutorial, but for right now just open up the vestapanel.txt. You'll see that I compiled a whole bunch of commands for you guys to run in this tutorial. It's very simple stuff though, so first thing, let's start SSHing into our machine. So you guys will need this thing called PuTTY. It's a great program. The very old outdated icon is pretty bad though, and the interface is pretty outdated as well, but it works. So copy your IP, paste it into here, and hit open. It's going to connect to the server. If you get this, just hit yes. It's just adding a new certificate to the server. This is a fresh install, so I'm starting basically with you guys, and I don't care you see my root because I'll be re-imaging before you guys can access this. Alright, so anyways, what I'm going to do here is I just copied the password over here and I'm going to paste it into PuTTY, and to paste into PuTTY you right click, hit enter, and then it will log you into the system. So remember that on your mouse you right click and it will paste into PuTTY. We'll be using that command a lot today. Alright, make sure your repositories are up to date using the first command. If you've never used that command before, I am sorry, but you will be using a lot of commands today that you probably never used then. Alright, next up we are going to install curl, just because it does not seem to be installed defaultly by Debian, so let's get that done. Hit Y for yes. It's going to run through all the random stuff it's doing. Alright, and this curl command here is taken from the Vesta control panel install. So basically it's this right here, it's just a little modified, and then we will be running the bash. So copy this file into PuTTY. So like I said before, mouse click right, let that download, and then the next command I will go over with you guys. So nginx is basically kind of not really a replacement for Apache, it just does other things, but I notice it doesn't play nice with Apache, so that's why I'm not installing Apache in this tutorial, but everything will still work, your web server, PHP, all of it, without it. So here is basically the installation for the PHP for nginx. I won't be installing FTP in this tutorial, so I put it to no, but I will be fulfilling that void with SFTP, which is a lot more secure, so it's better. Alright, here is your mail stuff. I don't use mail on my local server, you guys shouldn't either, but if you do, figure out which one of these guys here you want, enable one or the other, and then Spam Assassin, if you have any mail client installed, you should definitely have that. Named, I have no clue what it is. IP tables, if you don't know what it is, search it up, very useful, very good firewall. Just hit yes, type in yes to that. Oh, and fail to ban, very important, very good for securing your server. MySQL, we need a database, so say yes. No to the post one. Remi, I have no clue what it does, but I just said yes. Quota, no. And we will be installing this one as localhost. You guys should too. It's a really good just default place for I don't know, Vesta to install to. Email, you should put your development email in there, or wherever you want to get notifications from Vesta control panel. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will just be keeping it how it is, as I will be re-imaging right after. Alright, so copy that command into here. As you can see, it's just going to re-prompt you, are you sure you want to install these things? I already went through this installation way more than I needed to, and everything should work pretty good for you guys. If you get any errors during the installation, I might be able to help, but you would probably be, your best bet would be on the Vesta control panel forum. So anyways, type Y, hit enter. This is going to take a while, so I am going to pause the video while this is installing, and I will be right back after it's done in about 15 minutes.